Hello to all of you dear and lovely friends. You're watching the 28th episode of the Elixir of Awareness channel. We believe that these issues aren't about life after death. Rather, the real truth is about life before death. These are about how can we grow old while not being afraid of life or death. If we aren't using the compound effect in our lives, there are two main reasons. The first reason is that as easy as it's to do these small and insignificant things, it's also easy not to do them. If we set a plan, for example, to study or exercise for 10 minutes a day, it's easy to do this plan. But what's easier than that isn't to do that. Most of us procrastinate our works for various reasons. We postpone things so much that, like other important decisions in life, those things are also lost. The second reason why most of us know how effective doing these things are, but we don't do them, is that the results of those things aren't immediate and visible. You probably heard the example of the bamboo tree. It takes about 5 years for a bamboo tree to emerge from the soil and grow. Like the bamboo trees, most of our activities take some time to show themselves in our life. We must accept the fact that it takes some time for the results of small actions to appear in our lives. An expectation that may not be so easy. But don't forget that we are like a farmer in life. A farmer looks at land for days and months where there's no trace of plants, but they must constantly irrigate and maintain their land. The farmer works hard for a while because they know what the result of their work is and waits until they finally harvest the crop. The whole difficulty of the compound effect is that it requires some patience and time. When we look for the achievements of our daily work, like a greedy businessman, we must remember that maybe our achievements are still growing under the soil and we just don't see them. Maybe you should continue watering a little longer and wait for the final result. Many of us may not know that we are only a few weeks or days away from the miracle of our lives. That's why we get frustrated and stop trying. Don't forget that the miracle of your life may be much closer than you think. Michael Jordan, the legend of the world of basketball, was asked, "How are you so great?" He's a legend, and you can't help but think of his name when it comes to basketball. He said that all my achievements in the world of basketball owe to one belief, and that belief is that I'm a lover, not a businessman. In many important games, I don't look at the scoreboard in the match hall, and even I don't know how many the results are. I just play basketball with all the cells of my body because that orange ball drives me so crazy that I can't think about anything except being in the moment. So let's also live in love, not like a businessman. The path of life isn't like a rocket launch that suddenly takes off from the ground. Rather, as we said in the previous parts, it's like a plane taking off from the ground. We just need a little time, distance, and energy to get the maximum acceleration. Just like the moment when an airplane travels a distance at full speed until it suddenly separates from the ground and takes off. We also have to endure the time we are on Earth. Maybe there's only a little time left until the moment of separation from the Earth and flying in the sky of dreams. So don't be disappointed and continue as long as needed. Undoubtedly, the half-finished tasks that we have in our lives always occupy a corner of our mind, and in addition to reducing our concentration in doing things, they also make our mood worse. Because we feel that we are a weak person, we can't handle anything properly and we fail at everything. Or some of us think we are helpless and incapable. In addition to ourselves, people around us may even blame us, especially if we've paid a price to do something we've failed at. Have you ever wondered what things you've started that you've left unfinished? Surely, most of you left things unfinished, like learning a language, learning to play an instrument. Continue studying at higher levels, reading books that are on the shelf, watching movies that you have arranged to watch one day, dieting and getting into an ideal body, or waking up early in the morning, or tens and hundreds of other works like these. Even the things that we have started with passion, over time, we have neglected them and stopped continuing. But why do we leave things unfinished? There are various reasons why we left things unfinished. For example, one of the most important reasons is that we don't have any specific goals in our lives, and that's why we leave things half-finished. When we start something without considering a specific goal, we'll undoubtedly get tired soon, and doing that work will become repetitive for us. Because we don't have the necessary motivation to endure hardships and stay on track. Another reason is that we have chosen the wrong goal in our lives. If you want to know what work is compatible with your talent and genius, we suggest that you watch the episode of Sign of Genius. If you want to stop having half-finished tasks in your life and feel better, you must learn how to set correct and principled goals in life. Then examine all the problems and obstacles surrounding that task. In this case, you'll choose the tasks that are in line with your goal, and you'll definitely use your best efforts to do them. So if you face a problem, you have already prepared yourself for it. Don't forget that success isn't an overnight path. Let's be a little more patient and just try to do the right thing consistently and for a longer period. Then you'll see after a while the results will surprise you. The final question of this episode is, how close do you think you're to your dreams and goals? And what's your unfinished work? Please share your comments with us. Thank you so much for sticking with us until the end of this episode. But don't forget that there are still 2 more steps left. So wait for our next episodes about the 8 steps of personal development.